What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a great week so far. Welcome back to the channel. Today I got a very special video for you guys. It is on the house of Boadicea the Victorious, and this is a house that many of you know that I'm going to be getting a lot more into this year. I won't ruin the surprise, but I have quite a few more fragrances from them coming, and one of them that just came in today was Alseif. I believe that's how it's pronounced. It's a palace in Kuwait, if I am correct in the story that I read on their website. And this fragrance was nothing that I'm expecting. I just sprayed a little test spray on the back of my hand about 30 minutes ago. Now the notes in here are pretty much the only reason why I bought this fragrance, because I haven't heard anybody speak about it on reviews or anything of that nature. Now Alseif, on the top notes, it's got saffron, raspberry, plum, lang lang, and there's got a ton of florals in there. It has like Indian tuberose, Bulgarian rose, violet, magnolia, geranium, so very floral. But the reason I bought this fragrance, like I do a lot of my fragrances, is the notes and the base notes, because that's what you're going to be living with for the majority of the time, especially when you have a fragrance that's a perfume concentration. And if I have any experience with Boadicea, I already know that these last quite a long time. So the base notes, you have moss, tonka beans, vanilla, amber, musk, and oud. And after spraying this on the back of my hand, I was shocked about how much oud and musk you get. You get a very animalic, earthy, slightly smoky, resinous, sweet. That may have something to do with the tonka bean and vanilla in there from keeping the moss in the base notes from being too dry of a note. This kind of gives Neiman Lion vibes. Now the fragrances don't smell anything alike, but just in terms of the animalic notes, I will say, if you like fragrances like Neiman Lion, Silver Oud, Ether, I mean, this fragrance will probably be right up your alley, because I wasn't sure exactly how they were going to blend it with the base notes and all the other things in there, but man, not as sweet as you would think in the opening with raspberry and plum in there. You do get some sweetness, but it's a little bit more floral. I wouldn't really say that it's overdone, like it's nothing like Love Triumphs Over War from Argos, but it does have a lot of florals in there to blend that plum, raspberry, and saffron. I believe they described this as an oriental fragrance, which would be an absolutely perfect explanation. It's spicy, sweet, floral, but it's also earthy, animalic, dense, slightly smoky. I mean, this fragrance just has everything you could possibly want. The box that it came in is beautiful, of course. You would expect that with the price tag that they charge at Boadicea the Victorious. I actually prefer this box to the one that Blue Sapphire came in. Seems a little bit more stable, a little bit more secure in the box, and I just don't have enough good things to say about this fragrance. The longevity, being a pure parfum concentration, and the way the base notes are, I already know this fragrance is going to last and project very well. Again, just a very tiny spray on the back of my hand. I may do another one just real quick for you guys here. Now, I never wear a fragrance on the back of my hand, but for testing it, it's always pretty good. You can probably see the oil there. That was a little bit of a large spray. Very interesting, because my fragrance this morning that I chose was Adonis Awakens. So this is going to be a very interesting combination, wearing Alseif and then Adonis Awakens, but they both have rose in them, right? No, they don't smell anything alike, man. In fact, if they didn't tell you the amount of florals that it had in this fragrance on their website, I don't think you'd pick up what they have in there. You know, it's not something that really comes across as an overly floral fragrance. Yeah, man, you get a heavy dose of that oud and musk. Very surprising, again, with all the notes that they have in there. You definitely get the saffron, raspberry, plum. It's more like a overripe plum. If you've ever had some in the refrigerator or you keep them out and you haven't eaten them for a while, they're not bad. You know, they haven't gone off or anything like that, but they're just slightly overly ripe, where they're a little sweet, a little juicy. It's not like a fresh plum note. It's definitely like an overripe plum. Again, the raspberry note, it's not too sweet in there. It's a slightly bitter but juicy raspberry, but not anything that's overly sweet or syrupy. Certainly not, you know, like some of the raspberry in certain fragrances, they can get almost to like a cough syrup type of note and vibe to them. This is not that with Alseif, man. This is This is not what I was expecting in a good way. This is something that I will try to wear a little bit during summertime, but with the musk and the oud in there, I think this is something I'm gonna be having to save for cooler weather, so it may sit a little while. Again, I will certainly wear it a couple times this summer just to give it a go and give it some full wearings on skin. And it won't be completely out of place, you know, with the florals. That moss note is definitely present in here as well. The moss note, the saffron, just absolutely beautiful stuff. Probably what you would have to expect for something with the price tag that this comes with. And like a lot of the fragrances from Boadicea, pure parfum concentration, very well blended, high-end ingredients, stunning bottle. I mean, their bottles are some of my favorite in all of my collection. Obviously, Argos is amazing. I love the bottles from Bond 9. Certain one from Amouage are really cool, like the Fate Man bottle and the Reflection 45. Really like Interlude 53 bottle from them as well. But none of that really matters unless, you know, the juice inside is worth the money. And this stuff, you know, that's debatable whether you're a collector or you're just getting into perfume, whether anything with this price tag is worth the money. But I can certainly say I'm not disappointed with my purchase. Man, I can't wait to get a little bit more of the development on this. I can't wait to see how this fragrance acts, you know, 8 to 10 hours down the road, developing on skin. So when I give it a full wear, I'll probably put it in another video coming up here in a month or two after I get a little bit more experience with it. But when I got it in today, I just knew I had to open it and share it with you guys. So this is truly like a first impression video on this fragrance. And man, I've not heard of this spoken about very much. I haven't really seen a whole lot of reviewers do any reviews, but I also don't spend a lot of time on YouTube. I film my videos, I download them, I try to reply to as many comments as I can. But other than that, honestly, I don't watch really any other fragrance channels. There's a few that I have watched, and especially when I was getting into Boadicea, I think Bowtie Fragrance Guy, he had a pretty good collection of them. But I don't really spend a whole lot of time on YouTube watching other people's videos. So I really have not seen a whole lot of reviews from Alseif out there. It doesn't seem to be one of the more popular ones from the house, but they do have a lot to offer. So it may just be kind of lost in the shuffle. I know one of my subscribers, Mr. Barrow, he was saying to check out Faith, and I saw the notes on there. That looks like a really good fragrance. King of the World, Night of Love. They also, all three of those come in green bottles, so maybe it's something with the green bottles that they have some really good fragrances. Violet and Green Sapphire is something that I'm looking at purchasing as well. Dasman with the oud, Cypriol, and incense and the base notes, that really caught my attention. So I know I said I'd be getting into a lot of other houses this year, but I may just buy everything from Boadicea the Victorious and be done with it. No, I'm just kidding. That would be a very expensive year, but definitely not going to be done with this house after what I've seen so far, from Blue Sapphire in my last review to Alseif now, just kind of getting a sneak peek at this. You guys are kind of joining me with it. Man, this is just absolutely stunning stuff. Masculine. I'll have to redo a couple videos that I've done. I'm not going to take them down, but I will do a new video on some of the most masculine smelling fragrances in my collection. And you better believe that Alseif will be on there, along with some other ones like Silver Oud, Neiman Lion, Wall Street, Novu Bowery. It's Interlude 53. And this fragrance is everything that I hoped it would be, but it is a little bit of a surprise because I just wasn't sure how heavy those base notes would be with the musk and the oud, and it is really pronounced. Again, florals, you wouldn't really know there's so many florals blended in there. You do get some floral notes in there, but if you look at the ingredients, you go on their website, they have like 6 or 7 floral notes in there, and it just does not come across that way. So that's a credit to them, to the blending. Heavy saffron in there as well, so you do get that spicy, moss, floral, a little bit of sweetness from the plum and raspberry. Man, I just can't say enough good things about this fragrance. So if you have not checked out Alseif yet, and the notes appeal to you and you're into those types of masculine fragrances, I would definitely consider this one. Maybe you can get a decant or a sample of it from some of these websites before you spend $700-800 on that fragrance if you're going to be able to buy it retail. So yeah, I'm glad to have you guys along on this journey. Very interesting stuff from this house. It's certainly a house, from what I've tried so far, I'm going to be getting a lot more into, and I'll be seeing you guys soon for some of those videos coming up. All right, bye.